Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your oil paints and paint along with us each week. Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are today, prepping for the blower install. I still have my snout at Olson Custom Works. He's working on it. He does there's many ways people backspace the accessory drive. It comes out to like truck spacing. I have Corvette spacing. One of the things he does is he machines the snout down, puts a insert on it, backspaces it. The pulley itself is backspaced. Blah, blah, blah. All of that has to get done. He is doing it. He says it should come back home soon. I bought this blower used, obviously, from a friend, reconditioned or whatever you want to call it. So it's missing some. You hear that cricket? Do you guys ever have crickets that wander in your garage at night drunk and don't leave and chirp like it's nighttime the rest of the day? Anyway, I noticed I was missing a gasket. This guy. I believe it's this one. This is what I ordered. So let's stuff this in here before we forget about it. Man, that's like a giant hunk. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like this side goes down. And there's the notch into the blower hat. Let's point our knife at our work. Always cut away from yourself. Anyway, that fits nice. Like it was meant to be on there. Imagine that. I have like I don't have a cold. I have like a weird throat thing, so if I'm grunting the whole time, I apologize. I'm not sick, but I have like this thing going on. Anyway, you can see I learned this from you guys and other people as I started to research this stuff. I am by no means an expert, but my intercooler core, people are going to ask. So it is already welded and reinforced at the bottom there. You can kind of see where they welded it. Some of them were expanding. It already has a 3-bar map and an IAT sensor on it. Awesome for me. So pretty much everything under the lid here is set and ready to go. So what I wanted to do was find some bolts. I think I have the bolts he sent me. I lost them, if not, for the blower hat. I can bolt the blower hat down now because I found the... Good. Awesome. And then what I had to buy was fuel rails. Fuel rails, people said they've been going up. I believe that. It was $330 some for these fuel rails. And also I don't have injectors that were short enough, so I reached out to my bro at Snake Eater and asked if he had anything I could test, and he said actually he did. So what I got is shorty, like LS3 height. I said to him all I have is like truck height. He had LS3 height. These are 160s, and we flowed these already. They do flow 160 pounds. So this is what fits, so this is what's going to go in, and he also sent me prototype 210s. So these are 210 pounders that are the same size. And what I'd like to do is try both in this car. If I don't have time to do that, I want to put these in a friend's car and do some R&D on them also. So I figured what I would do is yell at this cricket, throw a mailbox at him or something, like my Australian friend might do. I'm going to hose all of these injector holes, and we're just going to put the injectors in now, because why not? And then what I want to do is find the... I don't have bolts to hold the fuel rail down, but you know, one might be able to pretty much guarantee that one of my... I have a nice bin of stock LS bolts, and I would bet money that some other bolt I have fits the thread and length and everything else. I just wanted to see how these rails worked out. A little bit more complete blower every time. Give you a little bit of motivation, right? A little bit of stuff every day. It works. Alright, so it looks like it's down. So we just got to do this side. WD everything. If you didn't know, now you know. Build the motor. Install some injectors. A little bit of everything. Alright, those are down nice. I almost wonder if I should spray the tops of these. Yeah, let's spray them. Let's spray the Cricut with WD-40. How did I get these in here? We're going to use the flexi hose. Sweet. Solved all of our problems with the flexible hose. So let's go get the bin of LS bolts. I have got this Harbor Freight organizer I bought a long time ago and started filling with miscellaneous LS stuff, and let me tell you what, guys, something like this will save your ass. There's just a bunch of, there's just sensors and bits and pieces, and this is where all my bolts are. Everything you can think of in here. After a bunch of motors, you're missing one stupid thing. It's really nice to just dive in here. I think I have coil pack bolts. I bet that's the same thread and everything. Seems like it. Yeah. These are the really small, like 8mm stock truck fuel bolts, but I don't have a whole ton of those. I have one really short one. That's about it. What do I have? Nope, those are all like flex plate, accessories. Look at this. Got dowels, block dowels, and cylinder head dowels. Hard to find stuff. Flex plate bolts. These guys. The weird 13mm ground bolts that are nice for the cylinder head. All readily available in the crap stack. I think the coil pack bolts are what we're going to end up using, even though these stock short ones would probably be best. I only have one. So let's get some rusty coil pack bolts. That one's bent. It goes on in like a semicircle. Let's get straight 10s, and then I'll go get the mini brap, and then we'll brap these down. These threads don't feel that great, but you know, it will be what we make it. If it goes down once, it's done. We got this guy. Got a battery pack. Got a 10 Milski. I even set the gun on 1, which is really light. Yeah, they're good. We'll go to 2. Coil pack bolts. Good to have spares. How do you like that? I like it. Now I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'm gonna go try to find this. I have all these. I have a bag of bolts, which I assume are the perimeter bolts for the lid. I don't know where it is. Well, I gotta find that. Surprise! I found them pretty easily, actually. That wasn't even a a long cut made to look like a short one. And it even has the little bushings, which makes sense because these are, you know, they give you a little bit of wiggle room to make everything fit. Yeah, that seems right. And then again, if there's an exact amount here, and that's what we install, all I hear is like Harleys or something. I don't know if you can hear them. Like there's a convention going on, rumbling. I'm excited to get this blower on here, guys. I'm over being all motor. It's cool and all, like, but I want more. I would like some more. Yes, sir. May I have another? Atmosphere of boost, please. And he's putting a, stock is like a 2.99 8-inch pulley. It's like 3 inches. And his custom pulley, which puts it at Corvette back spacing, which is basically where my pulley stuff is a 245 or a 255. And we will see how much boost that makes. Luckily, I'm running E85. My motor is already has a decent amount of compression, but it is a smaller engine, but it does have long tube headers, and I can't really find anybody dumb enough to run a 4.8 except for me. So I'm going to have to wait for my own results. And then you guys will get them too. We don't really know how much boost it's going to make. We don't really know what it's going to do. I mean, there's like anti-seize on this stuff, I guess. Anyway, blower lid. Dunzo. That's exciting. Let's torque the spec. Ooh, that rubber. That new isolator or whatever, blower intercooler gasket got all smushed. We're gonna push these all down in setting number 1, even. Once they're all bolted down, we're gonna go over them all on setting number 2. Nice stock 3-bar ZR1 map already there. Excellent. Let's do these back two more, and we're good. We're good to go. We just got to get Mr. Snout. Maybe I'll start bothering Jesse. See where he's at. But ready to go. I have a gracious fan of Sloppy Mechanics contacted me, and he is sending a aluminum intercooler tank reservoir thing that he had for his Cobra. I'm excited to use that. I'm going to make use of that. And I have the Bosch pump. All I got to do is buy a heat exchanger. But if I get rammy, I can just put ice in the box and dyno it with straight ice. And then I can put the heat exchanger in later. The only issue I have with the heat exchanger is my front end is like really short, but I have tons of width. And the really short, wide heat exchangers are expensive, like $600. All the cheap ones are like some big, looks like a AC condenser. Much cheaper. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm almost there. Got to get the heat exchanger next, and then I can start bolting the blower on. I can't wait to make some Boosty Boy noises. And there is my blower G35 update. Hopefully the next video I upload for the G is me spraying it or receiving the snout. Have a good one.